They called themselves Clara and Karen, twin sisters forged in bondage, linked not only by blood but by the hushed endurance they mastered to live. On Bogard Plantation, attractiveness invited ruin and twins signaled misfortune. Their owner labeled it divine favor. His spouse deemed it enticement. Yet when the Bogards stripped them of everything, their bodies, their bond, their faith, the sisters ceased begging for compassion and began scheming retribution. They believed the grand house would endure eternally, erected on suffering and arrogance. They never anticipated the smoke slipping beneath their thresholds or the steady calm in Clara's gaze as Karen ignited the initial flame. Some claim vengeance drove them. Others insist they sought to extinguish a horror. One certainty blazes through each version. Once the blaze subsided, no owner's command echoed again. Before continuing, drop a comment with your location and subscribe. Tomorrow's tale is one you won't want to skip. Morning heat wavered over St. Landry Parish like a breathing weight crushing the slave auction beneath thick palms. Perspiration slid along Clara's spine, drenching the worn garment they'd forced her to wear for sale. Beside her, twin sister Karen stood rigid and unyielding, though both wore identical rough cotton frocks. Clara stole a look at her sibling. Despite identical copper-brown complexions, sharp cheekbones, and profound eyes, their inner natures diverged sharply. Clara sought refuge in quiet. Karen drew strength from defiance, at 19 already seasoned by torment. Fine-matched duo, twin females, ideal years, sturdy frames, the auctioneer bellowed, voice snapping like leather overhead, suited for domestic or labor. The gathering of purchasers jeered and hollered, some smacked lips, others yelled vulgar bids. Clara fixed her stare downward, tallying floorboards below, 19, 20, 21, anything to mute the ravenous gazes. 500, a shout rang from rear. 600, another challenged. Clara risked an upward glance. Bidders blurred into pale faces and elegant attire, waving fans against morning swelter. All save one. A tall figure, silver threading his hair, stood detached. He observed with icy, measuring regard, appraising them to the last detail. 800 for the set, he declared, tone soft yet slicing through sudden hush. Auctioneer's grin widened greedily. 800 from Master Bogard. Higher bids, silence answered. The man Master Bogard advanced. Beside him loomed a shorter, broader figure, facial scar slashing eye to chin. This companion murmured close, prompting Bogard's nod. Sold. Gavel struck sharply, startling Clara. Sold to Master Sealers Bogard of Bogard Estate. Fine examples, remarked the scarred man, prowling around them like a predator. Identical where it counts. Indeed, Crow, Bogard answered. Inspect them prior to payment. Crow, the overseer, Clara deduced, signaled 2 women from the auction staff who approached to examine purchases for concealed ailments or flaws that might reduce value. Open, one commanded, seizing Clara's jaw. Clara complied, suffering probes at teeth and gums. The woman then studied her palms, checking for marks or lost digits. When they shifted to Karen, Clara held breath. Her sister's rebellious nature had cost them lashings previously, yet today Karen remained motionless, permitting scrutiny without fight. Only Clara caught the subtle motion as Karen's fingers adjusted her headscarf, concealing a glass fragment. Clara had witnessed her retrieve it from dirt that morning and stash it, now hidden where examiners never searched. They passed, the scarred overseer grunted. Load them in the wagon with the rest. Harsh grips shoved them off the platform and across dusty plaza toward waiting transport. Already aboard sat a young girl, perhaps 12, thin arms hugging knees. Shift, Crow barked, thrusting Clara and Karen beside the child. The girl lifted frightened eyes once Crow departed to confer with Bogard. Where are they bringing us? She breathed. Quiet now, Clara soothed, wrapping an arm around fragile shoulders. What's your name? Letty, the child sniffled. I'm Clara. This is Karen, my sister. We'll protect you. Karen leaned nearer, voice faint against wagon creaks as motion began. Don't fret, Letty. We won't remain long. First opportunity we flee. Karen, Clara cautioned. What? Her twin's gaze flared. You expect me to let them grind us down, or worse? Wagon rattled from town, southward bound. Sun ascended, pounding through thin canvas. Silence reigned. Even Karen quieted as distance grew, each wheel rotation pulling them farther from prior existence. They journeyed all day, halting once for horse watering. Darkness arrived, travel continued. Clara slept uneasily, stirring at every bump. Letty slumbered, head in Clara's lap, tear tracks dried on filthy cheeks. Karen remained vigilant, studying stars through canvas gaps. Dawn's pale light crept eastward when wagon decelerated. Clara roused, aching from travel. They passed tall iron gates, metal curled into ornate forms. Bogard Estate, founded 1832. Karen read aloud, peering at inscription. Wagon proceeded down oak-lined avenue. Ahead, grand white mansion emerged like spectre in mist, yet not residence chilled Clara's blood. From left, beyond row of low barn-like structures, rose unmistakable wails of infants. Then more joined until morning air rang with cries of many Barbies. Letty stirred. "What's that sound?" she murmured sleepily. Before Clara replied, Corinne's fingers clenched her arm, sister's face ashen beneath brown skin. "Those are infants," Corinne breathed. "Why so many Barbies in barns?" Wagon halted near cluster of wooden buildings. Clara assisted Letty down, limbs stiff. Corinne leaped beside, scanning surroundings of new captivity. "Move," Crow prodded with short lash. "Mistress Ruth awaits processing." They shuffled across dirt yard past women with distended bellies pausing labor to observe arrivals. Some hauled water. Others hung laundry between posts. All shared vacant look Clara recognized in those who surrendered hope. "Why are they all?" Letty's query faded, staring at pregnant women stooped over garden weeding despite condition. "Keep moving," Crow snapped. They reached small structure marked infirmary. Inside, gaunt white woman, grey-streaked hair, stood behind paper-strewn desk. She glanced up. "New arrivals?" she asked Crow. "Yes, Mistress Ruth, twins and child." Ruth circled slowly, scrutinizing each. She tilted Corinne's chin, then Clara's, comparing features. "Remarkable," she murmured. "Flawless examples." Sealers surpassed himself. She eyed Letty. "Too young, place her with house staff." "No," Clara reached for Letty's hand, but Crow blocked. "You decide nothing here," Ruth snapped. "Crow, deliver child to Martha at main residence." Letty's terrified gaze met Clara's as Crow hauled her off. "Clara, don't let them," door slammed, severing cries. Clara felt Corinne's hand clasp hers, gripping firmly. "Now then," Ruth resumed, facing twins. "Welcome to Bogard breeding operation. I oversee female health and productivity breeding program." Corinne's tone dropped dangerously low. Ruth appeared gratified by dismay. "Bogard estate yields Louisiana's premier slaves. Robust, healthy, and in your instance, particularly desirable to purchasers seeking domestic servants with specific traits." Clara grew nauseous. Crying infants, expectant women. Horror crystallized. "Now let me escort you to quarters," Ruth proceeded as if hosting visitors. "You'll reside in women's dormitory until matched." "Matched," Clara breathed. "With suitable male breeders, naturally. Master Bogard chooses pairings personally to guarantee quality progeny." They trailed her outside, crossing yard to long building, high narrow windows. Inside, rows of slim cots lined walls, each bearing thin straw tick and lone blanket. "You'll rest here," Ruth gestured. "Two vacant near rear, meals ring bell. Assignments commence tomorrow." As she departed, older woman emerged from shadow's far end. She moved with quiet grace despite tattered attire. "Mistress Ruth," she offered softly melodic voice. "I can assist newcomers settling." Ruth nodded curtly. "Fine, Amara." Ensure they grasp regulations. Door shut solidly. Amara waited until echoes vanished. "So your twins everyone's discussing." Eyes kind yet weary. "Sorry you've arrived. What is this location?" Clara inquired, dreading response. Amara sighed, settling nearest cot, precisely as described. "Breeding farm. They match us with males for offspring, then vend infants post-weaning." She touched faint scar at throat. "I've delivered 7 here, kept none." Corinne's fists tightened. "I refuse, I'd sooner perish." "Many chose that path," Amara replied gently. "Cemetery beyond Northfield overflows with women who resisted." "Then what course?" Clara pressed. "For now, endure." Amara rose as bell tolled outside. "Meal signal. Follow, I'll guide." They trailed to outdoor kitchen, where women queued with wooden bowls. Fair watery gruel dotted cornmeal fragments. Clara ate determinedly, aware strength mattered. During meal, Amara murmured routine in whispers. Dawn bell, field or kitchen toil all day, sunset meal, then hesitation, then pairings. Amara averted gaze. Chosen sent nightly to cabins behind barn, mail awaits, cooperation expected. Clara's stomach revolted. Beside her, Corinne stiffened. "And if refusal?" Corinne asked flatly. "Crow's lash persuades," Amara answered. "Or threats against loved ones?" She nodded toward Clara. "Reason twins prized, instant leverage." Later, sunset approaching, they observed Master Bogard strolling yard with Crow. He halted, inspecting expectant women, palm on bellies like assessing ripe produce. Reaching bean-sorting area where twins labored, pale eyes lingered. Clara dropped gaze, resisting urge to recall. Corinne held stare boldly until Crow advanced threateningly. "Those two require freshening before processing," Bogard told Crow. Eyes never left Corinne. "I hold particular intentions for them." "Yes, master," Crow responded, knowing smirk crawling Clara's flesh. After departure, Amara breathed, "Beware him, his particular intentions never favourable." Night descended on Bogard estate, offering no respite from daytime atrocities. Clara lay rigid cot, hearing respiration of 24 women. Some wept quietly, others exhausted tears long ago. Abruptly scream tore darkness, raw agony, originated pairing cabins. Clara bolted upright, pulse thundering. Across aisle, Karen already alert, eyes shining dark. "I won't permit that upon us," Karen hissed, fingers brushing head wrap concealing glass shard. "I vow by mother's grave. Any man attempting dies." Screams persisted, weakening, then ceased. In awful quiet following, Clara watched sisters grip tighten on hidden weapon, knowing Karen spoke truth. 2 days later, morning air clung dense, oppressive like soaked shroud. Sweat traced Clara's back, scrubbing veranda planks. Beside, Karen labored in furious quiet, brush strokes swift, forceful. Master Bogard lounged wicker chair mere feet away, observing. He sipped lemonade, ice rattling glass while they twirled beneath heat. Gaze shifted between them, examining identical traits with disturbing fascination. "Remarkable," he muttered, mostly self-directed. "Divine craftsmanship mirrored exactly." Clara kept eyes lowered, concentrating, wet boards beneath palms. She'd swiftly learned upward glances drew notice, and Master's notice never benign. Karen scrubbed harder, knuckles blanching around handle. Clara sensed Sister's fury mounting each minute under Bogard's scrutiny. "Rise, both," he ordered abruptly. They stood, dripping rags clutched, gazes carefully averted. "Face me," he commanded. Clara lifted eyes unwillingly. Beside, Karen complied, though Clara felt defiance radiating posture. Bogard circled leisurely, inspecting every angle. Breath carried whiskey despite early hour. Behind Clara, fingers grazed shoulder, she battled flinch. "Reflections of celestial flawlessness," he proclaimed. "Two faces, same exquisite coin." He returned front, pale eyes glittering with emotion, knotting Clara's gut dread. "Tonight," he declared, "you dine big house. Guests arrive, prominent New Orleans men. They deserve viewing Bogard quality." Clara's heart plummeted. Displayed like livestock, humiliated sufficiently at auction. Now paraded before Bogard's affluent associates, inspected, debated over meal like treasured assets. "Yes, master," she murmured when pause lengthened. Karen silent, Clara nudged foot subtly. "Yes, master," Karen repeated, words rigid, compelled. "Excellent," Bogard beamed, apparently satisfied compliance. "Mistress Ruth prepares you. Ready by 6, he departed, summoning crow for horse. Clara exhaled deliberately, only then realizing breath held. "I won't serve his display," Karen hissed once Bogard beyond hearing. "We lack choice," Clara responded, kneeling, resuming scrub. "Not yet, choice always exists." Karen's hand drifted, head wrap, glass shard still concealed. "Not that," Clara begged, "not now, promise." Karen paused, then nodded grudgingly. "All right, but if he touches either." Sentence unfinished, unnecessary. Evening arrived, Mistress Ruth attired them matching blue cotton gowns, nicer slave wear yet plain, denoting status. She brushed hair glossy, tied simple ribbons. "Recall position," she instructed icily. "Serve, speak only addressed." Eyes lowered. Mansion loomed, white pillars, radiant fading light. Inside, crystal chandeliers threw dancing shadows, polished floors. Dining table shone silver, fine porcelain. 4 suited men sat table, Bogard presiding head. Talk ceased, twins' entrance. 5 pairs, eyes turned appraising. "Gentlemen," Bogard proclaimed proudly, match pair mentioned. Clara felt cheeks flame, men examined openly. Grey-bearded man whistled softly, "Extraordinary, truly identical." "Price, sealers," Bogard chuckled, swirling brandy. "That's point, Harrison, decided these remain unsold." Murmur surprise circled, "Not breeding either." Younger man, cold eyes inquired, "Could double returns twins like these?" "They'll reproduce," Bogard voice lowered, "but chosen kept personally. For my lineage." Clara felt room spin. Beside, Karen immobile. "My heritage merits finest," Bogard continued, lifting glass. "I ensure continuation personally." Men laughed, toasted. Clara maintained neutral expression, panic clawing throat. Felt Karen quivering, rage beside. Later night, guests departed, house quieted, Bogard summoned Clara study. Crow escorted, grasp arm bruising. Master desires prayer together, he smirked, falsehood evident. Study dim, single lamp. Bogard fireplace, Bible grasped, dismissed, Crow nod. Kneel, child instructed, opening scripture, we pray guidance. Clara knelt, hard floor, heart slamming ribs. Lord grants gifts, Bogard preacher tone commenced. Expects wise usage. Hand rested, head slid, neck, shoulder lower. Scripture instructs man fruitful, breathing deepened. Righteous multiplies. What ensued? Nightmare. Clara endured silent terror. She fixed wall spot, retreating inward Boggard's hands, body violated beneath twisted prayer pretense, all while he murmured distorted verses, rationalizing evil holy text. No tears, no cries, new resistance worsened per women's accounts. Through thin wall adjoining room where Karen locked, sister heard every noise, whispered prayer, muffled sound. Clara knew, deepest anguish not own violation, but awareness Karen listened entire ordeal. Dawn, Clara cleansed barn trough, scouring skin raw harsh soap. Couldn't face reflection, couldn't bear shared face Boggard termed perfect. Washing, carving wooden post caught eye, marks aged yet legible. Freedom dwells under smokehouse. Beneath rough tunnel sketch. Clara stared message, hope sparking first since arrival Boggard estate. Returning women's quarters, Karen rushed, eyes blazing fury concern. I'll kill him, Karen breathed fiercely, tonight sleeping. Clara seized sister's hands, I discovered something, she whispered. Message, freedom beneath smokehouse. Karen's expression shifted, rage yielding desperate hope. Then dig there. Next morning world smelled fresh. Thunderstorm cleansed dust, heat leaving puddles mirroring overcast sky. Clara roused early, body sore, memories Boggard study vivid. Found Karen awake, edge shared palate. Wordless, clasped hands, drawing mutual strength. Good morning, Mistress Ruth. They chorused unison. Overseer entered quarters. Clara eyes down, tone submissive. Master requires both breakfast assistance, Ruth barked. Storm felled branches everywhere. Field workers clearing. Yes, mistress, Clara replied, nudging silent twin. Yes, mistress, Karen echoed flatly. Walking main house, Clara breathed, must inspect smokehouse today. How? They observe constantly. Karen responded, act flawless, compliant, gain trust. Karen's laugh harsh, think monster trusts us, not him. Ruth, crow, appear broken, scrutiny lessens. Kitchen, worked quietly, preparing biscuits, gravy. Clara smiled, cook, volunteered, sweeping unasked. Karen imitated, though effort visible, concealing wrath. Post-breakfast, Ruth assigned egg collection, chicken feeding. Duties neared old smokehouse, small brick structure, yard edge. Now chance, Clara whispered, gathering eggs, glanced inshore unobserved. Cover, Karen blocked house view. Clara entered smokehouse, structure disused years. Boggard knew a larger nearer slaughter area. This smelled ancient smoke, soil. Clara felt earthen floor signs, disturbance. Corner behind aged barrel, softer patch. Dug fingers striking wood. Karen hissed, quick. Karen entered, shutting door. What look? Clara raised board, exposing small pit. Barely person-sized, collapsed. Karen disappointed. Tunnel stretched short distance, cave and blocked. Clara lowered hole, scraping earth hands. Someone began, named Jonas, how no name, carved board. Clara indicated crude letters. Jonas 1850. 7 years passed, Karen breathed. What fate? Voice outside froze them. Clara, Karen. We're girls, Amara. Clara hastily replaced board, climbed out. Emerged smokehouse, Amara appeared corner. There Amara said, eyes narrowing suspicion. Mistress Ruth seeks. What doing inside? Clara opened lie. Something. Amara's gaze halted. Found something, admitted softly. Tunnel. Escape attempt. Amara's face tightened. Jonas captured 3 miles, hanged oak. Glanced big house, never mention again. Turned depart. Karen grasped arm. Aid us, pleaded fiercely. Please. Amara stared long moment. Tonight chicken coop, post last bell. Night slipped pallets, quarters silent. Amara waited, coop, small parcel hands, stable implements, unwrapped tiny shovel pick. Labor night only, cover absences noticed, why assist? Clara questioned. Amara eyes distant, bore twins once. Boys, master sold 10th birthday. Press tools, Clara's grasp, go now, swift. 3 nights secret digging, progress gradual arduous. Old passage collapsed, moisture, soil dense resistant. Alternated, one excavated, one guarded, both weary daylight yet maintained obedient facade. 4th dawn, Clara woke, nausea overwhelming, barely reaching outside, vomiting. Knelt dirt, body convulsing. Clara. Karen instantly beside, supporting shoulders. What's wrong? Nothing, Clara gasped, mouth wiping, merely fatigued. Yet new. Chill certainty settled alongside burgeoning life. Boggard's seed rooted. Said nothing, Karen, not yet, time later, post-escape, if escape. Day passed, nausea, dread haze. Clara ate, forced, labored, smiled, meek. Boggard's gaze found yard across. Inside prayed, not Boggard's claimed deity, but whoever genuinely listened. Evening serving dinner, Boggard announced associates. Tomorrow celebrate new life, Boggard plantation declared, glass raised. Special ritual matched Beauties, twins blessed company presence. Clara's hand shook, nearly spilling, water poured. Beside Karen rigid. Later yard crossing quarters, meaning clarified. Amara drew aside, voice urgent low. Plans blessing ceremony. His custom, public, holy seeming, fierce anger eyes, claims both witnesses, calls divine right. Clara felt earth shift. Karen's nails pierced palm clutching hands. Tunnel progress, Amara inquired. Perhaps 15 feet, Karen replied. Insufficient, tonight continue till finished, Amara insisted. Bring sustenance, water. Turning depart, boots sounded wood. All froze, Bogard crossed smokehouse roof, evening patrol. Boards groaned, wait. Tomorrow, voice drifted down, crow beside. Celebrate new life, twins blessed. Women silent till steps receded. Karen faced Clara, expression lethal resolve. Dig till hands bleed, whispered, or perish attempting. Next evening, Bogard plantation, illuminated lantern glow. Carriages bordered curved drive, wheels sinking rain mud. Inside grand house, candles danced silver holders, shadows playing planter faces, wives. Clara kitchen, hands trembling arranging sweet cake, silver tray. Stomach churned, fear or growing life. Couldn't distinguish. Stand erect, Mistress Ruth hissed, tugging Clara's new gown back. White cotton, clean coarse. Intended pure, innocent appearance. Master Bogard desires presentable. Karen nearby, dressed twin. Face perfect submission, mask, eyes lowered. Clara knew sister's thoughts raced, calm surface. This morning completed tunnel. 30 feet narrow corridor beyond boundary, shallow creek bed. Tonight's sole opportunity usage. Ceremony commences 15 minutes, Ruth stated. Complete trays, wait, sitting room summons. Departure, Amara entered kitchen. All prepared, whispered, pressing small parcel Clara's hands. 3-day provisions, informed others. Commencement, we act, Clara nodded, stowing bundle apron pocket. Thank you, don't thank yet, Amara grim. Survive. Main hall, Bogard's booming, welcome guests. Friends, neighbors, tonight prosperity purpose celebration. Mistress Ruth returned, gidding twins sitting room wait. Room empty save crow door guard, pistol hip visible. Eyes lingered, open appetite. You two polished nicely, low voice. Shame tonight. Postmaster, perhaps share. Karen's hand found Clara's, squeezing painfully. Clock advanced. Laughter conversation seeped walls. Finally sitting room door opened, Bogard entered, resplendent white linen suit. My treasures, eyes gleaming. Time divine blessing reception. Led great hall, 30 guests, hushed entrance. Men fine suits, women silk, stared openly, twins. Center table, silver pitchers, wine, large Bible. Bogard positioned sisters' flanks, hands heavy shoulders. Friends proclaimed tonight's sacred stewardship witnessed. Lord grants dominion property, commands fruitfulness. Approval murmurs rippled crowd. Clara eyes floor, dozens gazes wait. Beside Karen statue still. Southern survival strong lineages depends, Bogard proceeded, reaching wine. Tonight claim perfect specimens, southern seed prosperity. Raised glass toast, guests mirrored, prosperity. Bogard turned Clara first, fingers grazing cheek. So gentle, murmured then Karen, and you obedience finally learned. Karen lifted gaze, eyes suddenly aflame. Yes, master, honeyed false yielding. Learned greatly. Reached a just head wrap, seemingly harmless motion. Clara saw fingers seek hidden fold, glass shard waited. What lesson paramount? Bogard inquired, pleased surrender show. Karen's smile dreadful, beautiful. All masters bleed, whispered, fluid motion drawing glass shard wrap, slashing Bogard's bare throat. Blood arced, spraying Karen's white gown. Bogard's eyes widened shock, hands clutching neck, crimson streamed fingers. Screams exploded. Crow pistol drawn, fired wildly. Bullet shattered kerosene lamp, flames leaping heavy drapes. Run, Clara yelled, seizing Karen's arm. They bolted, kitchen chaos erupted behind. Crow fired again, bullet splintering, frame passing. Kitchen vacant. Amara commenced freeing others. Keys, Karen gasped, drawing Clara hook back door. Crow stored storeroom keys. Clara grabbed, followed Karen night. Behind orange flames licked windows, great house. Screams, shouts, air guests fled yard. Through smoke, Clara glimpsed side house motion. Overseer dragging Crow's bloodied form, flames. Crow's face scorched, garments smoking yet alive. No time, Karen hissed, pulling smokehouse. Ran open yard, hearts pounding. Twice ducked shadows, panicked house slaves, guests rushed past. Turmoil aided. None noticed identical figures entering old smokehouse. Inside, Clara lifted loose floorboard, exposing narrow tunnel, days excavated. You first, told Karen. Karen squeezed dark opening, turned assist Clara descent. Crawled cramped passage together, soil tumbling, eyes hair. Clara's breath sharp, gasps, tight space pressing. Keep going, Karen urged ahead. Seemed hours, emerged creek bed. Rain recommenced, heavy drops, sizzling leaves. scrambled bank trees, Louisiana bayou wilderness unfolding. This direction, Clara whispered, indicating running water sound. River reach pre-dawn required. Behind Bogard plantation blazed night sky. Trees break, final glimpse great house. Flames outlined frantic figures. Chaos center, sealers Bogard remained. Once white suit, now blood crimson firelight. Twins turned, vanishing stormy bayou, freedom taste sharp unfamiliar tongues. Early dawn, weak grey light painted sky, twins waded knee-deep swamp water. Hours elapsed, escape burning plantation, safety remote hope. Each foot splash, thunderous morning quiet. Listen, Karen whispered, halting. Distant hound baying crossed water. Clara's heart hammered ribs, brought dogs barely audible. Karen gripped sister hand. This way veered left, deeper bayou, cypress rising, ancient sentinels, murky water. Spanish moss, grey curtains brushed faces passing. Water deepened thigh-high, slowing advance, baying intensified. Scent trail leaving, Clara breathed. Legs trembled, exhaustion, sweat streamed face. Despite morning chill, Karen scanned, seeking option. 20 yards ahead, massive cypress fallen across water, hollow beneath rotting trunk. There under log, splashed forward, fear fatigue clumsy. Fallen tree gigantic, trunk broader, man tall. Decades decay, hollowed underside portions, cramped refuge, waterline above. Crawl inside, Karen urged, aiding Clara squeeze tight space. Clara pressed damp wood, room sister. Hollow, reeked rot mud. Tiny insects crawled, skin, dared not move, remove. Karen slid beside, reached disturbed footprints, mud entrance. Water seeped garments, chilling bone, baying nearer. Splash many feet, men dogs clearing behind. Spread, gruff voice ordered. Devils nearby. Clara recognized overseer Bogard. Hand-mouth stifled breath, beside Karen coiled tension. Trail ends here, another called, dogs puzzled. Check fallen tree, leader commanded, heavy steps neared. Crack log, Clara saw boots splashing toward hiding. Dog sniffed, packing water. Nothing, man called, cursory inspection. Water erased scent. Circle west, leader directed. River bound. Boots receded. 10 torturous minutes, twins frozen, hiding sounds, pursuit faded. Wait longer, Karen breathed. Possible ruse. Huddled silent another hour. Sun climbed, warming air, not reaching shadowed refuge. No return, Karen eased out hollow. Clear assisted Clara emerge. Clara's shaky legs stood, dress mud water heavy. Whirl tilted, skin burning despite chill. Rest needed, mumbled words slurring. Karen palm sister forehead, burning up. Clara attempted step, legs buckled. Arm cut, tunnel escape, angry red, infection streaks, shoulder climbing. I'll manage, Clara insisted, eyes unfocused. Lean, Karen said, arm waist encircling. Continued swamp, every stride struggle. Clara's fever worsened. Midday barely walked, weight nearly dragging both. Leave me, Clara murmured, delirious. Save self. Never, Karen growled, lifting sister arms. Same size, desperation granted unknown strength. Carried Clara waist-deep water, stumbling concealed roots, hollows. Time blurred, sun-arced sky descending west. We're free now, Karen whispered, uncertain. Clara heard. Bogard's blood shielded us. Death purchased lives. Clara mumbled, incoherent, head lolling Karen's shoulder. Light fadding, Karen noticed landscape subtle shifts. Paths appearing, undergrowth, branches bent, unnatural patterns. Instincts, danger screamed, choice absent, continue. Rounded cypress cluster froze. 3 figures blocked path. 2 men spears, woman age, deep facial lines. Please, Karen cracked voice. Sister requires aid. Woman advanced, dark eyes, careful, twins assessment. Who pursues child, men dogs, Bogard plantation. Name, woman's expression hardened, reveal shoulders. Confused, desperate, Karen turned awkwardly, Clara held. Woman drew torn dress, Karen's shoulder exposing brand. Stylized bee circle enclosed, Bogard mark. Woman verified, like Jonah's bore, you knew Jonah's. Karen hope sparked, my sister's son. Woman answered, I Mama Rhoda. Found free bayou people. Gestured men forward, taking Clara exhausted arms. Fever, Rhoda observed, weathered hand, Clara forehead. Come, village nearby. Karen legs nearly collapsed, relief, forced follow, carried Clara hidden path. 20 minutes careful walking, clearing emerged, dozen small cabins, concealed trees. Smoke, clay chimneys, children ceased play, staring newcomers. Bogard escapees, Rhoda announced. Jonah's brand bearers, community activated. Clara conveyed cabin, old man treated, infected wound, crushed leaf poultices. Karen refused leave, sister side, watching anxiously, fever break efforts. Days, weeks passed. Village, maroon escaped slaves. Sheltered twins, Clara gradual recovery. Learned swamp foraging, silent water movement, pursuer signs recognition. Clara's strength returned slowly, persistent nausea lingered. Dismissed illness aftermath, Karen noted sister thinning everywhere except midsection. One night month arrival, Karen woke Clara pallet vacant. Concerned, slipped shared cabin silver moonlight filtering cypress. Found Clara clearing edge, doubled vomiting underbrush. Clara approached, gentle backhand. Clara straightened, trembling fingers mouth wiping. Fine, whispered, return sleep. Moonlight, subtle belly curve, unmistakable thin shift. Understanding cold water struck Karen, with child words suspended. Clara protective hand stomach, neither confirming denying. Bogards, Karen tight fury voice. Clara single nod, eyes avoided. Karen frozen, staring, captivity proof growing sister, reminder never fully flee, even Bogard dead, plantation ashes. Clara hand remained stomach protective, moonlight silvering face. Unchosen whispered, I know. Karen nearer, end possible. Mama Rhoda herbs nose, no. Clara soft firm, refuse. Karen seized shoulders. Bogard seed inside, man harmed us, sold children cattle. My child also, Clara stated, decide fate. How desire reminder piece him. Clara moon gazed through cypress limbs. Recall mama taught survival, taking breaking tools, transforming strength. Different, Karen pressed, is. Clara placed Karen hand stomach. Bogard children desired enslave, raise freedom. Blood answers me now, reverse. Karen withdrew hand, revenge sounds, perhaps Clara admitted. Superior revenge taking valued most, bloodline teaching despise all stood for, silence stood, night creatures calling. Finally Karen embraced sister. Choice yours, protect both, promise. Scared, Clara, you us, I know. Clara breathed, I too. Returned cabin, unaware, shadow eyes watching. Young village boy overheard entire exchange. 3 days later Mama Rhoda summoned twins cabin. Face grave, small fire sat before. New settlements reached, stew stirring. Overseer Bogard plantation survived blaze. Twins alarmed exchanged looks. Crow lives, Karen dread tight. Yes, spreads tale, every tavern trading post. Rhoda continued. Claims one carries Bogard heir, child plantation wealth inherit possible. Clara hand instinctive stomach. How no, whispered. Rhoda eyes followed motion. Woman body speaks truths listeners no perceive. Matters, Karen inquired. Bogard deceased, property brother Charleston. Law differs, white men, Rhoda stated. Bogard child proven blood, enslaved mother born, white courts claim recognize possible. White guardian presses, Crow desires guardian role. Clara understanding dawned. Bounty doubled, Rhoda confirmed. Not solely Bogard killing, child carried. Slave catchers bayou combing. Night twins scarcely slept, every darkness sound approaching peril. Following days trouble signs multiplied. Village hunters unfamiliar bootprints reported. Trapper men dogs 10 miles south sighted. Weak road a warning, vanished full day. Sunset returned, face new worry lined. Called meeting none, spoke none, sat fire solitary. Clara approached post-dinner. What troubles Mama Rhoda? Old woman flame stared. Sometimes child choices leave hands unstained. Before query, distant perimeter whistle, village alert, dawn whistle twice more sounded. Village flight prepared, packing carryable. Children roused dressed, weapons distributed. Karen noticed Rhoda apart, narrow south trail watching. What see? Karen joining. Survival price, Rhoda cryptic. Sun barely horizon, dogs baying distance, closing swift. Found us, man shouted. Panic swept village. Parents children seized. Elders escape routes hobbled. Clara Rhoda turned, realization flowering eyes told location. Old woman denied not. Threatened every maroon bayou village burn. Hundreds perish, voice fractured, traded too many. Betrayed us, Karen hissed, waist machete reaching. Necessary thought, Clara restraining arm sister placed. Run now must, too late. Men trees erupted, rifles leveled. Head Malcolm Wade, infamous slave trader, cruelty notorious. Behind Ezekiel Crow, throat scarred, eyes hatred blazing. There pointing twins directly, murdering chaos burst. Villagers fled, some fought others. Shots morning air cracked, this direction. Rhoda Clara arm grasped, hidden path pulling. Karen follow turned, Crow lunged, dress catching. Thought dead, sneered, backward yanking. Clara sister name screamed, Rhoda onward dragged. Child carried, survive must. Karen twisted, Crow grasp, machete early light flashing. Blade shoulder connected, pain howl. Staggered back, fell not. Alive take, snarled, undamaged not, lunged again. Karen prepared, machete swept upward across, jaw below catching. Blood fountained, Crow eyes widened, shock. Suspended moment, gazes locked. Slave overseer, prey hunter. Then Crow collapsed, life pooling beneath. Karen flea turned, rough hands behind seized, head blow world spun. Darkness claimed, Clara trees disappearing saw Rhoda gidding away. Clara ran, lungs burning, Rhoda pulling hidden maroon known paths. Behind dawn sky flames climbed, village burning. Here Rhoda gasped, small creek halting, overturned canoe mud half buried. Beneath hide, wade men search, main group north follow. You Clara voice breaking. Karen, undo choice cannot, Rhoda tears weathered face streaming. Help live can, pressed small pouch Clara hands, journey medicine. Distant shouts, action spurred. Clara canoe squeezed under, wet earth pressing. West head safe when Rhoda whispered, blue door cabin locate. Then gone, deliberately obvious tracks, Clara hiding place leading away. Canoe sanctuary, Clara watched orange flames devour soul, safety known escape since. Acrid smoke screams, gunfire carried, chaos among sound, dreams haunting. Karen voice fainter, captors dragged away. 2 days later fine drizzle, bayou fell, ground sticky mud turning. Clara northward limped, river edge, one hand slightly swollen belly, other rough walking stick gripping. Dress torn, dirt caked. Makeshift bandage, petticoat strip, left leg thorn deep gouge wrapped. Keep moving, whispered self, tiny life inside. Ain't stopping yet. Rain hair face plastered. Steps paused, listened, dogs men voices, heard frogs, endless chorus, raindrops, soft leaves patter. Stomach growled. Yesterday morning fat bullfrog, lily pad dozing caught since eaten. Tiny fire candle flame barely cooked, smoke giveaway terrified. You hungry too? Belly asked. Soon find something, mama starvation won't permit. Clara blackberries, wild water edge growing spotted. Snakes checked carefully, crouching pick. Sweetness burst, tongue savoring. That's you baby told, sweet berries strong make. Day waned, drizzle steady, downpour turned. Clara leg throbbed, step every. Shelter nightfall needed. Bend river around, weeping willows partially hidden, small wooden structure. Fisherman cabin long abandoned, rotting porch, moss covered roof judging. Clara cautiously approached, twice circled, inshore truly empty. Door crooked, one hinge hung. Inside dust, everything coated. Small table, three-legged stool, bed frame, mattress absent, but roof rain held sufficient. Clara dried rushes outside, gathered crude pallet making. Rainwater leak corner, collected leg wound washed, wincing sting. Look, unborn child told. Palace ourselves found. Night fell swift, candle lamp none. Darkness complete, enveloped. Thunder distance rolled, curled side, arm middle protective. Wish Aunt Karen see you, whispered. Love fierce, even initially reluctant. Voice broke, we're now unknown, find her, promise. Sleep fitful bursts, nightmares interrupted. Dreams boggard, face crow merged, both bloody hands reaching. Karen dragged, screaming Clara name. Mama Rhoda tears, terrible choice made. Morning fever brought. Legs swollen, angry red lines, wound spreading. Shivering lay humid air despite, consciousness drifting in out. Stay me, murmured belly, ain't done yet. Later hours, days indistinguishable. Clara river edge dragged drink. Cool water, parched lips revived slightly. Head dunked, fog, mind clear attempt, weakness overtook. Moment let sink, river current, clothes tugging. Easy release, pain, fear drift away. Stomach flutter, reality jolted. Baby moving first time. Clara surface, desperate gasp broke, muddy bank clawing return. Sorry, sobs choked, won't leave, live going. Mama Rhoda pouch, herbs crushed paste, infection draw making. Herbs bitter smelled, cool, inflamed skin felt. Gradually fever ebbed. Strength returned, Clara cabin livable set. Door vines, sticks repaired, roof leaks, mud plugged, rushes proper, sleeping mat wove. Each morning wall mark scratched. One day survived, one closer child meeting. 1 mark 7 became. 7:30, small bump dress prominent grew. Clara fishing line unraveled, stockings bent, nails fashioned, small fish supplementing berries, wild roots diet. 3 months passed, belly undeniably rounded. Night baby tumbling inside, felt strong active. Fighter you told, like mama aunt. 4 months 5, 6, Clara body seasons shifted, changed. Summer heat, fall, gentler warmth yielded. Hair longer grew, face thinner, eyes watchful more. 7 months escape, Clara belly dress tight stretched. Bodice button impossible, twine length closed holding. Back ached constant, supplies needed. Birth clean cloth, proper knife, salt. Small hamlet 2 miles river down, watched several days, Clara risk visit decided. Hair neatly braided, face hands river washed, story practiced. Clara Jones, free woman, husband Natchez meeting. Hamlet scarcely shabby, houses cluster, single trading post. Clara store entered head high, carefully woven fishing nets, bundle arms carried. Good day, storekeeper, grizzled white man, suspicious eyes told. Trade nets, supplies hopping. Net's grudging approval examined. Well made these. Need what? Cloth, salt, small knife if available. Voice steady kept, gaze direct, respectful. Items gathered, 2 women entered store, Clara sight silent falling. Passing through, one finally inquired, swollen belly eyeing. Yes ma'am, husband Natchez meeting. Alone travelling condition your. Tone disbelief suggested. Lord watches, Clara answered, practiced words bitter tongue. Women glances exchanged questions more asked not. Clara items waited, molasses barrel whispering heard. Heard whole plantation burned, twin devils say, one master child carrying. Clara heart chest hammered, face blank kept transaction completed left store. Unhurried walked sight out, pace quickened cabin safety toward. Dark clouds gathered river path reached. First drops face splashed cramping pain lower belly seized doubling over. No gasped thunder overhead cracked. Not yet, pain eased momentarily. Clara straightened back bracing hand hurried muddy path. Another cramp stronger stumbled. Please not yet unborn child whispered, eyes distant cabin shape fixed lightning flashed sky. Rain harder poured, clothes soaking, path slick mud feet pull threatened. Cabin half mile still another contraction gripped. Clara tree trunk support clutched, breathing pain hard. Little longer just begged child thunder rumbled above. Wait little longer just. Weak storm since past. Morning sunlight cracks cabin walls filtered, golden stripes exhausted face Clara cast. Lay rushes makeshift bed, staring tiny miracle beside. Son barely 7 days old slept peacefully, tiny fists chin curled against. Clara finger soft cheek traced, birth long difficult. Hours alone cabin labored, cloth strip screams muffle biting. Baby finally trembling hands emerged nearly exhaustion collapsed. Look you whispered, perfect so. Boy eyelids fluttered open, storm clouds color eyes revealed, exact grey boggard shade. Clara heart twisted resemblance, hatred felt not son looking. Blood veins whatever ran hers, carried birthed loved before face saw. Name need told softly. Strong name free name. Thought tunnel smokehouse beneath man dug liberty seeking. Caught though spirit lived passage through. Passage hope given her Karen. Jonas decided name Jonas means dove Bible. Bird flies free. Baby blinked tiny mouth yawn opening. Clara smiled weakness despite. Body still childbirth ached better food meager rations surviving needed. Later morning Jonas tightly cloth sling chest wrapped riverbank slowly made. Traders' boats sometimes passed, hoped remaining nets exchange milk dried meat. Fortune smiled. Small flatboat approached, goods piled river markets bound. Older white man wife steering eyed cautiously, agreed trade dried beef cornmeal finely woven nets. Woman cornmeal measured chatted freely. Living alone baby out here, dangerous times Jonah's face peeping sling glanced. Manage Clara replied carefully. Heard good work new farm south woman continued. Northern fellow Turner name think land buying boggard place burned after. Clara hands froze. Turner. Samuel Turner, Philadelphia rich man, reformer kind claims hard workers southern master just heard. Lowered voice woman, crazy slave girl working there say. No twins one killed old boggard, wild one. Clara heart pounded loudly traitors here certain. Heard not I oh yes Ohio reach trying court months back. Turner good money paid here chain night keeps, woman head shook, born wicked folk some. Tamed can't be enough gossip Martha husband boat called, tide catch need. Clara supplies thanks nodded mind racing. Karen alive captured enslaved again alive close. Next 3 days Clara planned carefully. Help needed Jonah's watch while sister find went. Hamlet trips noticed small cabin apart older black woman lived. Locals Uneunice called, midwife skills spoke. Clara approached cautiously Jonah's bundled arms secure. Nowhere else turn admitted Uneunice inside invited after. Cabin neat dried herbs smelled. Sister find need, Turner farm held. Uneunice wise eyes Clara face studied. Won them aren't you, twins talk about. Clara tensed, flee ready, Uneunice calming hand raised. Judge not older woman softly said. Chains born myself, freedom found 20 years ago never looked back. Gazed baby Jonas, needs mother aunt. Watch him, Clara asked, few days just, return come, swear it Uneunice slowly nodded. 3 days promise all can, after find someone else take, 3 days sufficient. Clara Jonah's forehead kissed, name Jonas, rocked likes cries when. Next morning Clara best disguised. Hair shorter cut, dirt face rubbed complexion darken, plainest clothes Uneunice provided dressed. Large laundry basket hip balanced, road weighted supply convoy Turner farm heading spotted. Washer need woman, last wagon driver called, man squinted, Turner hiring help more. Yes sir Clara lied smoothly. said extra hands new workers all. Shrugged back climb then, travel as Clara information gathered wagoners talk listening, Turner Bogard land auction purchased fire after, old staff sold debts pay, Turner Mississippi workers brought, expanding operations land clearing more, crops mentioned none what. Convoy familiar roads wound, Clara throat tightened swamp past Mama Road a village once stood, nothing charred stumps remained, afternoon plantation gates approached, Clara heart ribs hammered iron archway view came, old sign gone freshly painted replaced, Turner farm founded anew. Clara fists clenched tightly nails palms cut, gates behind Karen waited gossip true if, gates behind land suffered once now new master transformed, convoy halted sign before, driver gates open called, Clara white painted columns main house distance stared, escaped place once before, now willingly returning beast mouth stepping back. Fists remained clenched gates swung open, morning air fog thick Clara slipped Turner farm main house servants entrance, night stables hiding spent new operation rhythms listening, house different looked, repainted refurnished walls oppression same held, Clara silently kitchen moved heart racing, young maid passed unnoticed, eavesdropping learned Turner nursery east house side kept, special investment called. Hushed voices following large room once Bogard library found, doorway through Clara spotted several black women infants wooden cribs tending, their breath caught Karen stood, sister thinner looked, once bright eyes months captivity dulled, thick iron bracelet ankle encircled, short chain limited movement allowed, yet bondage even, Karen purpose moved, crying baby gentle hands cradling. Clara doorway stepped, moment unnoticed, then Karen looked up eyes disbelief widening, new washerwoman Clara room announced voice steady pounding heart despite, Master Turner linens changed once these, other women glanced barely tasks busy too, Karen frozen stood tears welling eyes. You there Clara sister pointing, show go where, linen closet corner led, a lone moment fell arms each other sobs shoulders against stifling, thought dead you Karen whispered fiercely, saw fall you, made out I Clara answered pulling back sister face look, Karen much tell you, no time Karen interrupted cheeks tears wiping, someone looking come. How in here, supply wagon, washerwoman posing, Clara chain sister ankle touched, place what this, Turner doing what, Karen face darkened, same evil Bogard worse, Turner abolitionist Philadelphia calls freedom speeches gives running this farm, word spat, Barbie's North orphans sells pockets money, claims saving southern slavery mothers bodies profiting. Clara sick felt, women their forced breed like before, Turner records better keeps scientific progress says, ledger's office every birth every sale list, buyers river up down has, plan quickly Clara mind formed, records those destroy business whole Karen finished, eyes once dull now familiar fire sparked. Office locked nose leaves town tomorrow morning when, wait long can't I son left midwife with, promised return 3 days. Karen mouth open fell, son, baby lived, yes, named Jonas, tears Karen eyes filled again blinked away, tonight move then. Turner keys belt keeps drinks sleep whiskey bottle nearly every evening study. Bell rang house somewhere, Karen tensed, back go must, meet kitchen door midnight after, embraced once more Karen hurried away chain softly floor rattling against, Clara day spent house invisibly moving rhythms learning, guards patrolled where noted workers Turner employed how many, nightfall food kitchen stashed small sack. Moon rose silver light grounds casting across, Clara barrels crouched near kitchen door waiting, at last Karen chain soft scratch steps across heard, asleep he's whispered met when, whiskey whole bottle nearly drank, shadows like house moved through, Turner study found slumped desk across snoring heavily, alcohol smell air hung. Clara carefully belt keys ring lifted Karen watch kept, large iron key desk drawer opened, leather-bound ledger revealing, pages flipped horror washed over, hundreds names women men paired, births prices recorded, sales cold precision documented, Turner handwriting noted pairings premium stock produced women multiple profits yield could. Take burn this Karen whispered, everything else built, gathered every ledger document find could, leave turned Turner stirred, eyes fluttered open focusing slowly twins, you slurred recognition drunken haze through dawning, wild one ghost her, lunged chair surprising speed drunk man for. Clara backward stumbled Karen ground stood, Turner throat grab for seized iron fireplace poker stand from, struggle seconds lasted only, Turner momentum forward carried directly poker sharpened end onto. Eyes widened, shock, metal chest pierced, blood bubbled lips. Can't, work progress, my gasped. Work dies you with, Karen coldly said, watching collapse floor. Wasted time, no. Ledgers gathering fled, docks Turner shipments transport ready kept. 3 small cargo boats waited, crates loaded. Clara stomach turned, crates realized contained what? Infants, northern markets bound. Free them, commanded, worked quickly, women, children held release. Everyone fled after, piled Ledger's main dock. Clara lamp found, broke papers over, match struck. Flame instantly caught, racing all soaked documents across. Every name, every sail gone, Karen whispered, watched fire spread wooden docks, leaped empty boats. Blaze grew, dry timber, summer heat feeding. Small canoe pushed water, climbed in, paddling hard current against. Behind fire reached main house. Explosion rocked night lamp, oil storehouse caught. Look, Karen said, bend river rounded. Past burning away, Clara paddle dipped deeper, pushing faster downstream. And us tomorrow toward rowing. I hope story that powerful found. Video like, leave, subscribe, miss not next one. Handpick 2 stories powerful, even more have. Great day have.